And now you can see the Backseat Mogul Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours, a dinner menu, and happy hour, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Showbiz is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs for no good reason. There's also a bad side.
Hi there, it's the Backseat Mogul Show live here on roughedge.com. We're having some in-studio problems. Oh, there we go. Okay. Volume okay? Jeff's doing a test for us to make sure we're broadcasting because our monitor here won't work.
Oh.
So, so Johnny, say something?
Hello, something.
Jeff?
Yeah, so it sounds like we're all going.
All right, so we're going here. So apologies for that weirdness. I don't know why. Yesterday when we came into the Friday Shot Day show, this TV didn't work either, but suddenly it just popped on. So there's a loose connection or something somewhere, but we'll figure that out soon. So Jeff just got back from his trip to Las Vegas.
I did.
And a couple of things we want to talk about there because he went to Area 51.
I did.
And he went to the Haunted Museum.
I did.
And that's why if you see him grasping his side here where the liver would be, you'll know why, because those ghosts do evil things with your liver.
Here?
He took his liver.
Yeah. Right about it. Yeah, right here.
Okay, yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Wherever you want to start. You tell me.
Well, just why don't you tell us about your trip in chronological order?
Starting with here.
I woke up at...
Don't start.
Yeah, we made the drive out there. We stopped at Calico Ghost Town. Stretch our legs, go do the Mystery Shack, the mine tour. We had a boysenberry soda out there. It was pretty good because Knott's Berry Farm used to own Calico Ghost Town. So
that's right.
Boysenberry. We stopped at the Eddie's World place.
Oh yeah.
Big truck stop there. Then we stopped in Prim to fill up on gas and check out the Bonnie and Clyde car, which is not in Buffalo Bills or in Whiskey Pete's because both of those are closed. That's in the Prim Valley Casino now.
Now, is that the only car of interest there, or is there a couple others?
There is one other car from some mobster who was shot at in New York. Name didn't ring a bell to me, but there's another car there full of bullet holes. But I only go for the Bonnie and Clyde car.
It's always interesting to see that.
Yeah.
Might be a little overkill.
Well, a lot of holes.
Yeah, it really is.
Would you say it was holy?
Put that mask back on, John.
Wow.
I know that grinds down to two things. One of all, they were, no matter what you see in the movies, those people were horrible people. They were dirty, rotten murderer crooks. And so they needed to be stopped. That's A. And B, the police hated them because they killed their own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's, 107 holes in that thing or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't on the inside when that happened.
Oh yeah. And so that night, it was Saturday night, we went up. That was kind of our like mobster organized crime night because as soon as we got into Vegas, we headed directly to the Mob Museum. And I would have liked to enjoyed it more because it was packed. Like you could barely move around in there. There were so many people, and there's a lot of reading to do in there.
I tell everybody it's a reading museum,
and I love that because I wanted to read everything, but everybody was reading at like a first grade level because I would blow through this paragraph and I'm like, cool. I need to get to the next thing. And so Em and I finally were just like, we're just gonna skip a bunch of stuff. There's an empty spot over there. Let's just blow through, and we need somewhere there's going to be a pocket where we can sit and we can read everything.
And did you find that eventually?
Not really. Not until we started on the 3rd floor and you make your way down. We didn't find that until like the 1st floor. And so we were just kind of blowing through it and we didn't really get to enjoy it. I mean, I wanted to see the wall from the St. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because that's cool. I hear that's super haunted.
It's the original wall too, folks. It's not some model of it or whatever. They actually had it taken apart and shipped out here.
Yeah.
So it's the real wall.
Yeah, and all the bricks were there, and then it was like, it wasn't like concreted together or whatever. It's like there's like fiberglass in between each brick or whatever. But it was still pretty interesting to see. And then all the guns they had in there, they had so many guns in there.
Did you see the bullet from Ruby's gun, Jack Ruby's gun?
Well, it killed Oswald.
No, they don't have that one. It's just a bullet. It just happens to be a bullet from his gun, maybe a test fire or something like that. But the fact that bullet came from that guy's gun, I spent a lot of time looking at that thing because that's real history. And I thought, man, they got a bullet from Jack Ruby's gun. That's incredible.
I did not see that.
Oh yeah, that
must have been something I skipped because there were so many. It was like, here's a bunch of history on this one guy, but then there's this one little thing, and then over here there's like another thing. So you're kind of jumping from story to story to story as you go through. So we saw like Al Capone's gun. We saw like bullets that were taken out of corpses from like other stuff, and it was like, oh, okay, that's crazy. Then we went through the courthouse area and all this other stuff. There was like a old Las Vegas area that shows you how like they used to cheat the slot machines and stuff. It was interesting. I would have liked to enjoy or have enjoyed it more, but it was just so packed. It was hard to see anything. And then when we got to the speakeasy at the bottom, Em and I were like super hungry and we're just like, well, should we just go to the restaurant? Well, we're here. Let's just go in, take a look. So
that was probably
the guy. Too. It was. The guy ushered, we were about to get up and leave when they called our name. So then they ushered us in. We looked around, like, well, let's at least look at the menu. And then we looked at the menu. We're like, oh, okay, interesting stuff. And then we put it down and we walked out. And the guy was like, whoa, hold on. Where are you going? Did someone help you? I'm like, yeah, we just want to look around. And then we left and he was so confused.
Well, because the drinks there are part of the museum.
Yeah.
Because the drinks they serve you come the way they served them during the Prohibition.
Yeah.
I ordered a drink there and they came over and handed me a book. Here's your drink. And I'm like, but they didn't even say drink. Here's this, And so there's a book and you open the book up and it's hollowed out and the stuff to make it is all in little bottles there. And then you make it yourself, put the bottles back in.
See, that's interesting.
So it's part of it's part of the history like the rest of the museum is. Yeah. But you really do got to go on a day. We went during the day on like a Tuesday. Or something.
We went on, it was like Saturday at 4 or something, and they closed at 6:30 because they had some sort of event, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It's like, this is the only time we're able to do it with our schedule.
So like the Haunted Museum, you need to go back and revisit that.
Yeah. But then we headed to Bootlegger's Bistro afterwards, which
I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you go to the death room at least?
The death room?
They have a death room there. They warn you before you go in that there's nothing on the walls but photos of murdered mafioso.
Nobody warned us, but yes, we did see that room.
Oh yeah,
we saw a lot of pictures.
They don't warn you. There's signs up. There's signs up that say.
Oh
yeah,
must have been a first grade level reading person. I did not see that sign.
It says that right. Don't go in this room if you don't want to see gore and real death.
Oh,
and it's brutal.
No, we were looking, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, wow. Oh, that guy died crazy. Wow, look at that. And then
you went to the bistro. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Which is an old Italian restaurant that's been open. I mean, all the mafia people used to go there. I'm pretty sure that restaurant was owned by the mafia too, because they got plaques for all the different mafia members in there. And then like there's Frank Sinatra's seat and stuff like that.
It might still be owned by the mafia.
Yeah, Italian restaurant's pretty good though.
I'm thinking that things aren't owned by the mafia because you guys saw that psychopath son of a B word who injured those flamingos this week, and they arrested. He was drunk and he went downstairs and he kidnapped some of the flamingos from one of probably the flamingo, took him to his room and tortured him. And if that happened and the mob was in charge, we would have never heard that story. We just know that that guy vanished and he would be a missing person. So I think that the mob probably isn't as involved as they used to be.
I didn't hear anything about the.
So you call me a liar?
Yes.
He ain't calling you a truther. Yeah, I hear that they're not involved in the casinos, but like other things around, like strip clubs and stuff. That's where they mostly do their work. Let's see. Next day we went to Area 51.
You're good.
Oh. Which we weren't sure about doing at first because it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's a 2.5 hour drive there and 2.5 hour drive back.
We know that.
We were going to stay the night there, but you know, it was kind of like you stay in this trailer and it's shared bathrooms. And Em was like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Did you see the vanishing cow?
No, but I saw
Oh, he disappeared.
Probably there, but I told you he didn't disappear. He just fell.
I saw like a statue of a horse with a blanket on the back of it. But it didn't
disappear.
No, it was still there.
Okay.
John is under the misconception. And that's understandable because as we were going to Area 51, there was a plastic fiberglass cow on the side of the road. And look, there's a cow. That's funny, huh? And we came back and it looked like he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But what had actually happened is the wind had blown him over. He was on the other side.
Which is really weird because it was not windy that day.
You're just making stuff up left and right, aren't you?
Sounds good. Look,
So
it was
anyway-
Area 51. Yeah. The aliens beamed it up.
There you go.
Beamed it over on its side, apparently.
No. He beamed it up.
So you finally got to the little alien.
Yeah, it was a nice drive. Nobody on that road.
Be careful about that.
We wanted to get there at like 8:30 when they opened so that we could just get in, get out, and then get back to Vegas by noon. So we could just keep doing stuff. But yeah, we were out in the middle of nowhere. Em's like, we can see the entire valley from here and we can't see anything. It says it's almost right here. Does this place even exist? What are we doing right now? I lost signal. She's freaking out. And then all of a sudden we go over this little hill and there's all the trailers there. And it's like, oh, where's the restaurant? I don't see any building that looks like a restaurant. And then we pull in and it's the trailer with all this stuff painted on it. We're like, oh.
I forgot it was a trailer.
And Em's like, we can't do this. What are we doing?
Did you read the plaque?
Which plaque?
There's a plaque out there. It's it was a sign. I would call it a plaque, but it was a sign. It was about the filming of Independence Day because they filmed a lot of that out there, or some of it out there.
We didn't see that. There was a couple of plaques like about different fighter jets they had tested out there or something. But we went in. It was very nice. The people there were nice. They gave us.
Nice.
They talked to us about the stuff they saw out there, all the spaceships, and how the fighter jets chase them and stuff. And it's kind of wild. Then he asked, he's like, "Well, you guys got any experiences?" So I told him my thing that I saw here, and he's like, "Wow, that's never heard anything like that." And I was like, "Yeah." Well. So then he's like, "Well, you guys going to the gate?" Yeah, we're going to the gate. We're trying to figure out where it is. There's no maps. And he's like, yeah, there ain't going to be a map. He's like, it's the second dirt road up there on the right. I said, okay, cool. So we ate our food. Food wasn't bad.
No,
I was kind of worried.
I had a patty melt there. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, I was kind of worried. But, you know, we got our souvenirs. We ate our food. We left. We went second road on the right. He's like, yeah, it's just, you know, you just keep driving for about 8 or 9 miles, dirt road. And then it turns into pavement and you just keep going until you hit the gate. So that's what we did. And I was driving at like 30, 35 because there were lots of big rocks on that road. I didn't want to pop a tire.
Yeah.
Definitely out there. And we just kept driving. And Em's like, how do we know we're on the right road? I'm like, well, it's not on the map. It's not on your Google Maps. So we might be on the right road. She's like, when do we turn around? I'm like, well, if we're on this road for an hour and we don't see anything, we'll turn around. She's like, we're not staying on this road. It's like, okay. And so we keep going. We hit the pavement. We keep going. We find the gate. It doesn't have that sign that says warning Area 51 like usual.
Yeah. I probably took that off because people kept stealing it.
Yeah. So I was kind of bummed about that.
Or someone did steal it.
There was all these signs that said no photography, no drone zone. Prohibited photography, don't do the blah blah blah, all this stuff. And Em's like, we can't take any pictures. I'm like, roll down your window. And then I just snap a picture with my phone. And then I'm like, all right, we can go. And so we turn around and there were these 2 cars that were up on the hill. And they didn't look like government cars. They might have been other people, but they were just up there. And I was like, oh, don't worry about them. We started driving back. And then through the dust cloud, I just see this little black spot getting closer and closer. I'm like, oh my God, they're following us, Em. And she's like, what? She's like, I can't see them. What's going on? And I'm like, no, it's fine. We're fine. We're fine. And then like they stay way far back. And then once we start getting to the end of the road, they start hauling and they're getting close. And I'm like, oh my God, we just need to get onto the main road and we'll be fine. Turn onto the main road. And then these 2 cars just go around us and keep going. So we don't know. They were up on the hill next to Area 51.
Yeah.
But it was a good trip. We made it back in time and we were just hanging out in Vegas for the rest of the day. So, and then we walked from Excalibur to Caesar's Palace, saw that animatronic show that nobody knew what I was talking about when I was asking them where to find this. Those animatronics in there are so, like, I couldn't hear the show. Like, we were sitting there for 15 minutes. I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And then it ended. It's like, Em, what was that about? She's like, Atlantis, I think. I'm like, all right, cool. Because you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, there's no way. This is the statues that come to life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are cool.
They're like moving like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, those are broken. And it's like, and then there's like, yeah, it was so
cheesy.
So cheesy.
It's
but
Vegas
I love it.
Cheesy, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
So comparing that to the animatronics they have in Disneyland, like the moments with Mr. Lincoln, which was better?
Oh, Lincoln.
Yeah, there's no comparison.
Of course.
There's no comparison. Not even because Lincoln's so great. It's just that those are so cheesy.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
Yeah.
There used to be a margarita place right there. We'd just get margaritas and watch that till we were blue in the face.
Were they blue margaritas?
They were not.
Oh, okay.
They were cheap margaritas and they were good.
Yeah, cheap margaritas. We got a few of those. $3 margaritas at the Excalibur. It was nice.
Did you get to see the jousting, the knights and the jousting and all that?
No, we thought about it. And then we decided, well, we have that here. So we can just go to Buena Park and go to medieval times.
So you went to Area 51. Did you by any chance get to Area 15?
No.
Oh, too bad. I think you'd enjoy it.
We saw ads for it and we drove by it a couple of times. And there's like a Universal Studios thing there now.
Oh, yeah. The
like
Horror Nights or whatever it is. Yeah.
So I was thinking about it, but the ads were so unclear as to what it was that we just decided not to go.
I've been there twice, 3 times, and I'm not sure what it is. So that should tell you something. It's a weird collection of odd and different businesses.
Uh-huh.
And we would go there because the rum distillery was there.
Oh, okay.
And they had an incredible tour and incredible rums, and it was so much fun. That has since closed, but that's where that one weird store is with the hidden slides and things like that is in there.
Oh, okay.
But you do have to pay separate admission for most things.
Oh, okay.
So the other thing we do there is, and we're just stupid on this, and I know it. Okay, don't write. We know it's stupid. Is we would I don't remember the name of the ride, but there's a bar downstairs. You buy your drink. You get on this ride. It takes you up 120 feet in the air, and it spins for a few minutes while you enjoy your cocktail, and then it comes back down, and you're done. And it's like $30. It's like, yeah, but it's kind of fun. It's so stupid, but so that's why we've been there 3 times, because we've ridden that thing 3 times.
For those who are interested, the little alien is in Rachel, Nevada.
Yep. It's a 2.5-hour drive, but it's a nice drive. You do it early enough.
And if you don't get caught speeding, like certain people in this room have.
I didn't get a ticket. Doug did.
Yeah, only because Doug told him, well, the cop said, that guy with you, because John pulled behind us. And Doug was all, yeah, you should give him a ticket too. The cop, one ticket amongst you guys is enough. Doug's all, thanks.
No, I didn't get any tickets.
And you were pretty much the only ones. That's the nice thing. It is a very quiet road.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the people you do run into, there's the psychopaths are going to see Area 51.
Yeah.
So,
but luckily we thought, well, if we go at 8 a.m, we'll miss all that and it'll be fine.
Smart.
We'll just get it done and we'll go back and we won't waste time.
I don't remember I don't remember what time of day we went, but we
was
didn't
like
run into a
3.
lot of people.
It was like 3 in the afternoon or something like that.
Because the only people that I remember we ran into were the people at the inn
Mhm.
and the cop.
Yep, that's it.
Hmm.
Like Doug said, there's one car passing you the other way, and he spins around and gives you a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but you're glad you went to see that.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's been on my bucket list since I was a kid. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to go there, and then I've never been able to find the time to do it. So I thought if it doesn't happen this time, I don't know when I'm ever going to do it. So
Did you get a T-shirt there too? I noticed you got your Zach Baggins T-shirt on.
I got, I either do stickers or magnets. I put a sticker on my file cabinet or whatever, but M got a coffee mug.
Oh,
that was it.
I still have mine. I got a coffee mug there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got my refrigerator stickers. I don't remember if I got a coffee mug. I think I did get a hat, and I probably gave that to my brother.
I still have that hat. I got a hat too, and it is the chintziest hat I've ever had in my life. But so I don't wear it very often because first of all, it doesn't fit well, and second of all, I don't want it to go and rip over my head.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to check out the Neon Museum?
No. Yeah, we just spent the rest of the day walking around the strip. We did the Coke store, the Caesar's Palace, like I said, M&M store. We went to the Wynn buffet, which probably not worth $80. But it was fine. I got 4 plates in me, so
that's not. You
it's
did
not
good.
bad.
You
Yeah,
did good. Yeah.
I could have kept going, but I did some lobster ravioli, and the ravioli was pretty heavy, and that's what did me in. I could.
But it was good about the lobster ravioli.
Oh yeah, it was good. That was
Good.
probably the best thing there.
Oh,
That's why I
good.
kept going.
I think the 2 best buffets that I've ever been to in Las Vegas would be that one that we went to at the Rio.
Yes.
We wanted to go to the seafood buffet, but the line was way too long, so we ended up going to the International, which probably had the same stuff.
Yeah. What was that place called? Like 7 Continents or something?
Something
and
like
it had food from every area. And it was fun for that reason.
Yeah, it was quite good. And then the other one was that place that's off of Fremont Street that we went to when Jeff went with us.
I don't remember that place.
Jeff from Burger King.
You know, not Binion's.
No, it wasn't Binion's. It was a place down the street from the Grand, or no, the Union. What's the name of that one that's at the very end of Fremont Street?
At the very end of Fremont Street
Fremont Street.
Before you cross over into downtown Fremont Street. That's
no, not going towards the
you're talking about
container. I'm talking about the one at the other
plaza.
end. The plaza.
Yeah.
Well, this is down the street from there.
Not anymore. It's not.
Oh.
And I thought that was Binion's.
Binion's may have owned it. I mean, Binion's owns like 2 or 3 that I know of there.
Yeah, I thought it was. Anyway, buffets generally aren't worth it, and that's the thing. And I knew when you said you were going to the Wynn, I thought that's more than I paid for my most expensive buffet, which was Planet Hollywood, which was good. And I got plenty of food, but I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah. And that was our thing. We're like, well, should we do it? And but whatever, we're here. Let's just do it. Like we're only ever going to do it once. We're never going to do it again. Might as well just do it and see how it is.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't have any buyer's remorse for it or whatever, but
right.
I did it.
And you enjoyed it. It just maybe a little steeper than you expected.
Yeah. I mean, with the amount of food that they were wasting, like I can see why it was $80 because they had these little cloths that they would put over the trays of food that they would, because they didn't want everybody to see how much food they were throwing out. But I was seeing them pick up the plates and junk, and I was like, anybody even eat this stuff? Like, that's crazy how much food they're throwing out.
Yeah, it's sad because it is a waste. But there's also laws about how long something can sit, but if you got to take it off anyway. So it's a tough call. And then if you start giving it away, then people start expecting it, and you end up people fighting over it, and it just everything has to turn into a nightmare. So just let it happen,
And if you donate it to like homeless places, which some places do, there's also someone gets sick or someone that they're going to sue. So
you got liability.
Yeah.
So it's a tough call, and it's a sad thing, but it is what it is.
Do you remember the buffets that we went to and Whiskey Pete's?
Yes.
And then
that was the chintziest buffet in the world, but man, they had the best egg bar.
Egg bar?
Yeah, go get omelets and scrambled eggs and stuff like that, And the only place that was manned by some guy, and he had little meats on one side that he would carve you off little pieces of. But that dude made the best omelets I've ever had in my life.
And their corned beef hash was not bad.
No,
Keith loved that.
And I love corned beef hash, but I don't eat it a lot because 60% of the time it's crap. Yeah. But sometimes it's really good. And that was one of those places really good. But you can't get it anymore because that place is gone.
In Colorado Bell, which is no longer, they had a nice buffet. Yeah, well, it was an okay buffet. I'll put it that way.
Should I tell the story about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
John, because he loves to make you wait. We were in Laughlin, and so we're all ready to go to the buffet. And John's all, wait, I'm not ready yet. And I'm like, okay, John, we've waited enough for you this week. So we all go over to the buffet. We all get our food. We're all sitting there having a good time. John walks up, lowers his plate. It goes kaboom on the table. It's just a pile of meat. It's just a steaming pile of various types of meat.
Lots of bacon.
And we looked at them and went, well, we're all done. And we left them alone.
I enjoyed it. There's a lot of bacon on that.
That's how long it took him to get there. We'd already eaten all of our food, gone through the buffet line, paid. John finally shows up with a plate of dinosaur meat. And yeah, you're on your own, Johnny. But you did enjoy it. Did you eat it all?
That I don't remember. But that was back in my...
I hope you didn't, because you'd be dead a long time ago. Oh my God.
Who says I'm not?
Nobody.
That was back in my humongous days. Yeah.
So you did that buffet, and then the next day was Haunted Museum Day.
Yep.
I've been waiting to hear about this, even though I've already got a warning on it. But go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. They added some new stuff, which was nice. They changed a bunch of things, which some of the things that they changed I wasn't a fan of personally. How I go through tours, ghost stuff like that. I like to be in the very back because I like to hang back and I like to be inside places by myself, as opposed to being first.
You're gonna push through.
Yeah. If it's like a volunteer thing, like we need a volunteer, my hand shoots up.
I bet.
Like here, I'm here. I'll do it. I'll stare into the eyes of that doll. I'll go into the little tiny hole in the wall. So I'm trying to remember the order of the tour.
It's hard because it meanders all over the
There's
place.
so much stuff in there, and it's crazy because, like, we went into that first room. It was just all that junk, and she's telling you about this and that and this and that, and then they do the put your dollar in this thing and you get a ticket, which I did.
Yeah.
And then it said something about the Bela Lugosi mirror, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get to do something. Nothing happened with that. I didn't get to do anything special with that, so I don't know what the card was for.
Did you get in? You guys still got in line and looked into the mirror like
yeah
how they did? Yeah.
But in that room, like, there was some exciting stuff that I hadn't seen. Like, there was documents about that exorcism that happened in Missouri that was the inspiration for the book The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that in there, and I was reading that. She never mentioned that. She was mentioned this, and I'm like,
they can't mention everything. It's
interesting. Like, I want to read about this. Like, this is really cool because I've actually been to that house and like I've been out there, and I'm like, oh, I'm reading that as she's talking. Then we go into the next room, and it's the exorcism of Annalise Mitchell, who was a school teacher who became possessed. She had multiple possessions, and she ended up dying from her exorcism, or had multiple exorcisms and ended up dying from that. So then the priest who did the exorcism and her parents were sued for negligence or something. That's one of the major reasons the church doesn't do exorcisms anymore. But I thought, oh my gosh, this is a new room. This wasn't here last time. I know all about this, and I'm like interested to hear about it. They play the tapes and stuff, and then they're like, oh, go into that little tiny hole. So I go into the hole.
I'm a little tiny tunnel.
Yeah. And they're like, who wants to go first? I'm like, I want to go first into the hole. I go in, there's no lights in there. So I'm like feeling around. And this is the first thing that I think happened. All of the things that happened to me are split second, and I don't know how to feel about them. I was walking through the tunnel.
No, you weren't.
I was scooting through the tunnel.
It's a tiny. I was on my
It
hands
is.
and
I had to
knees.
crouch, and the people behind me were like, "I can't see." I'm like, "Just put your hands up against the wall and kind of scoot along."
Because it does guide you.
Yeah, it
does.
guides you through. And I all of a sudden, as I was going through that tunnel, I got a pain on my leg, like a really sharp pain, like here on my like I don't know front calf area. I don't know the lower leg, and I'm thinking like, wow, this really hurts. And I get to the end of I see the end of the tunnel. I'm like, okay, I stop focusing on my pain in my leg, and then I'm like, oh, there's a guy standing there. So I stand up and I'm like, oh, hello. And the guy jumps. He's like, oh, that's what that hole's for. I'm like, yeah, it's for me. So then I go over to M. She's on the other side of the room. I don't even remember what was in that room. And I'm looking down at my leg, and I'm like, I can feel like the marks on my leg. Like I
Like
can
something pressed against it.
yeah, like it wasn't like an itch or something, but it was like well, it was like an itch, like it was an irritation, but like I could feel that there were lines on my leg.
Like scratch lines.
Yeah. So I'm like I reached down with my hand and I'm like kind of itching it. I'm like, I think I got scratched. And then I realized, well, now I just scratched my leg. And it's dark as hell in here. Like, how am I going to check this? Whatever. And then I just keep going. And then I totally forget about it until yesterday when I was telling my parents about all this. I was like, yeah, I think I got scratched. Well, I can't check that now, so I don't think it happened. That don't believe that story. But like I could feel the lines and I could feel everything. And it were hurt real bad, but then as soon as we left that room, it was gone.
Interesting. That room was scary because it had like live tapes.
Yeah.
Tapes of live voices recorded on tape that they were playing, and that woman was in pain.
Yeah.
And you hear that, and the room's dark and dingy and decorated with a bunch of artifacts.
Yeah.
But it was cool. But that little tunnel, when she said that, and that was my first test. It's like, this is what I got the VIP for. I really don't want to go into that tunnel, especially the way they pitch it. We focus all the evil into this tunnel. How do you do that? Is it mirrors? But I had to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah. And I did all that stuff. Who's brave enough to do this? Like that Peggy the doll thing. Who wants to get up front here and stare at Peggy? I'm like, I'm doing it. And everyone was like, I'm not doing that. And then they saw me do it. And I was just like standing there. I'm like, cool. Don't stare into the eyes. I'm staring right into the eyes. And then everyone else was like, well, we paid for this, I guess. And then they all started going up front. But let's see, the other rooms that they added was like the Al Capone room and the Bobby Mackey's Music World.
Oh yes,
which I've heard about since I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, Bobby Mackey's Music World was like as big as Amityville was, because I knew all about that story. I'd heard all the stories, so I was really excited. I was like, I didn't even know they had an exhibit here because they tore that building down. And it was really cool seeing all that stuff and like the well where that lady's head was thrown and stuff.
Did you have an experience in the Bobby Mackey room?
Nope.
Because that's where I had that experience. Remember I told you guys that it felt like somebody was trying to put a cocktail straw in my mouth?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No,
but
I
just
didn't
standing
know
there, and all of a sudden, at first I thought water had ripped on me. I looked up and there's no water. And then it's like, no, it's like there was a straw being inserted between my lips.
Uh-huh.
And I don't, again, like you, split second thing, like, what was that?
Mhm.
But then I didn't even think cocktail straw until we were halfway through the thing. And I was like, wait a minute, like a cocktail straw being inserted in there. So maybe nothing, but still interesting enough to wonder,
Yeah, that's kind of like a lot of things that happened to me there. It wasn't as definitive as like last time I went, but a lot of the stuff that happened this time was like, I don't know. It was a weird thing.
Peggy, anything from Peggy?
Nope, not a thing.
Did she say a single word you could understand?
Nope, not a thing. That box was, I was like, I can't even make out anything that this is saying.
That's what it does. They call it a spirit box. I call it a squawk box.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once in a while you'd hear the 1 Adam 12. Oh, she said 1 Adam 12. No, she didn't. That came from a cop car.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all it is pareidolia when you listen to those things. That's why I don't really like them. I'm all for like classic tape recordings. You record and then you listen back later because that doesn't have the radio interference. It's a little better.
Let me ask you a geeky question about that. Does tape work better than digital recorders?
It depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
I've worked with both. Tapes tend to disappear. I did a thing out in Ojai, and when I got, that's a story for a different day. I'll tell you off air. I'll tell you off air about that. Because that'll get into a whole nother thing. Conjuring Room was new. It just was interesting. They let you look at the chair. Cool.
Don't you love the fact, though? I mean, that room is set up so perfectly for Fear Factor, but not the TV show, but for the Fear Factor, because they got the chair sitting there and everybody in the room is willing it to rock and it ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
But just in case, they have this giant armed door that will swing shut and lock it in place if something happens. Like, really?
Yeah. The basement. Okay. Here's another thing that happened in the basement. Okay. I was really interested to go into the basement. They told you if you stop moving, that's bad. Don't stop moving. Someone will come and get you. They'll be mad or whatever. You have to keep moving, even if you're shuffling at a slow pace.
See, they didn't tell us that, and I did stop, as you know. Okay, so
well, that might be like a new thing then. I don't know, because I was like, oh crap, like I gotta. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta shuffle. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go in last. And then it is so foggy in there. Like I couldn't
really.
Yeah, it was like there was so much mist in there.
No mist when I was there.
Not see anything, and we were walking through. I'm like, I can't even see M.
The exhibits on the wall. Really?
I couldn't see anything. And then we turn into that little room, because all you do is you go down that hall, you go into that little room, you turn around and come back.
Yeah.
I saw the statue of Baphomet in the corner, and there's all this stuff, and I couldn't see any of the stuff that was on the wall. It was just misty. And the whole time I kind of felt like nothing would let me stop. Like it was just like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like I felt like something
behind you.
And I was like, and I got that feeling in here, like when there's something there, and I just kept like going. And I was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't even know where anything is right now. Like the rest of the group is gone. I don't know. I'm in here by myself now. And this thing is kind of like, it was weird because it kind of ushered you in that circle. Like, just keep going around the line and just get out of here. Like, just go, like you don't want to stay here. Like, I don't think it was anything negative. It was just like, no, Jeff, like, keep going. So it was weird to me, but like, I don't think that whatever that was basement related, but there was stuff in the basement.
See, okay. What's interesting to me is how that ties into my experience down there. Because as I told you, there was maybe a little fog, but not, I mean, I could see everything very clearly. And I was actually looking at some object on the wall and suddenly realized everybody else had left. I was there by myself. And so I stepped out into that hallway. And the moment I stepped out in that hallway, somebody stepped behind me. I felt that presence, and it scared me. And because I turned around, there's nobody there, but I felt that person step out behind me.
Yeah.
And then as I was going out, the squawk box, which again is going squawk, 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 stopped squawking and started talking.
Yeah.
I didn't stick around to see what that was. At that point, I admit I was a little scared.
Sure, it wasn't somebody saying, would you please move on?
Well, if it was, who the hell was it?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. It started doing that for me too. It started talking and stuff.
Really?
And I mean, I was already halfway down the hallway again when I started hearing it.
That's exactly where I was.
I'm like, I can't turn around, but like I'm turning around, but this thing is just keeping me going. And I'm just like, well, wow, whatever. And then I go back up the stairs.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. But like I said, it was kind of just like that moment of you're kind of spaced out. You're doing it because you're like, I got to keep moving. But like, what is this? Hold on. What is it? But you're like, you got to keep going.
Through. Yeah. Interesting.
So that happened.
I mean, that tells me something. We both had that almost identical experience.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been standing in line in different places, like at the bank or whatever, and I'll just get that feeling that there's somebody behind me and there's no one there. Is it that type of?
It's exactly what it was.
Yeah. It literally felt like someone had their hands on me, like up here, and they were just kind of ushering me through. Not like forcefully pushing me, but just like someone's behind me, like, oh, keep
moving.
it moving. Yeah. It was weird.
That's fascinating.
Let's see. Another thing that happened was in the Ed Gein room. Did you walk all the way in that room?
I did.
Okay. You saw the stuff that was up on top?
I did. Yep.
Okay. So they have that guy I was in the corner where they have that bit of human flesh on the wall.
That was the creepiest thing in the whole exhibit, if you ask me.
Yeah. So I had my back to that. I liked the witch head.
Witch head was pretty.
I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy right there.
We'll get to that, folks.
But anyways,
that was new. That wasn't there before.
No, that wasn't there before. So I had that thing, which that piece of flesh that was new too. That wasn't in the Ed Gein room last time. But I was looking up there, and I was looking because I was like, what else do they have up there? I know they have that guy who's hanging there, and then over in the corner in the back, I see this person walk by up there. It was like a white, like misty figure walk by, and I'm like, well, they have lightning effects. And so the whole time the video is playing, I'm just staring up there in that corner. The whole time the tour guide's talking, staring up in that corner, and I don't see that thing repeat. So
interesting.
I don't know. I think there's someone walking around up there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you know, in Disneyland, at the Haunted Mansion, with all the smoke and mirrors that they have,
Yeah.
you go through there. Could it have been something like that?
They say they don't use any of those kind of effects. Now, whether they do or not, of course, can be interpreted. But they say they don't use any kind of those effects. They do use smoke and perfume scents.
Yeah.
And that's can be a little disconcerting sometimes. They also use temperature.
Mhm.
The temperature changes in rooms, and I really think that's why people pass out there, because some of those rooms are friggin' hot.
Yeah. Other than that, like that crying boy painting that was there, I had that same feeling in my eye when I looked at it that I had last time of that pain in the eye. But other than that, like nothing really happened there.
So in that one room, nothing happened?
No, in the demon house room, nothing. Oh yeah, okay. So we'll get that.
Oh, okay. We didn't tell the story in the air last time because it was kind of
that room.
that room.
Oh no, I did not lean myself up against that glass.
Okay.
No, I was up against the wall on the other side.
So what story were you going to tell then?
The staircase. Where I passed out last time.
Oh yes,
Not passed
yes,
out,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
Last
Been
time,
waiting, yes.
last time. When I went the first time, it was just a rail, like in every other room, little low rail about up to your waist, like just like or maybe it was a little higher than waist, but just like every other room. This time I went, they had those huge walls and then those electric like garage doors that would come up, and then you could see through and you could see the staircase and all the dirt and
That's
junk.
right.
And then there was the little devil statue or whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't there last time. I mean, I don't really remember the layout of the room because I didn't see it, because when I walked in, I saw the stairs down and then there was that figure in front of me. But back then that figure was over there and it was a different figure. This time they placed it was just a statue of a standard devil looking thing, and they placed it under the stairs. But it was far back against the wall. When I saw the thing in there last time, it was like right here, and it was similar to what they used to have in there.
Interesting.
But that, like I said, that was over there, and there's like pictures of it all over the, in the gift shop. If you look at the postcards or whatever, they have the picture of the original layout of that room, and I'm like, yeah, look, Em, the ghost thing is on the other side of the room. I didn't feel anything in that room.
And last time you lost time there.
Yeah. And I told the tour guides about that, and they're like, yeah, that's weird. Well, that happens here sometimes. Like, she's like, a lot of the tour guides, they keep watches because stuff just happens in here.
Yeah.
Like people get lost, and tour guides, like, she's like, I've had lost time in here, but like I've never heard anything like that happening.
Wow.
There's probably still people that have been in there for the last 5 years, can't find their way out.
I wish that was me. I'd love to be in there.
I can see people losing time in there for reasons other than supernatural, though, just because, again, the temperature and it plays with your psyche.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And so I can imagine you're sitting there against the wall and it's all hot, and all of a sudden you realize everybody else is gone. What happened to that time? Well, you were just thinking about how hot it was, But your situation, you walked up, and the minute you saw that thing is when your time stopped
I opened the door and it was immediate pressure and I fell against the rail and the guy came in, said, "Wow, it's heavy in here." I said, "It is." And then I look up, see the thing, I'm out. All of a sudden I'm outside the room.
Yeah.
And I don't have any way to explain that.
But
But
nothing
this
this time.
not a single weird feeling, nothing. We went in the room, it was fine. I was able to look at everything this time and I was like, wow, this is really neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here.
And then, I mean, that was pretty much it. The only other thing that was changed was the Dybbuk box room. They had that giant wall around the thing with all the etched stuff.
It's beautiful. It's showbiz, I'm pretty sure, but it's beautiful.
And then they had the salt and the sage around the.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is annoying. Like, there's like 6 walls between. It's not that big of a deal. Like, come on. Oh, and then I stared at that little doll. The doll that no one
that he will never look at again.
Yeah. And I was like in there for a minute and a half. I was like, all right. Nothing? Okay. But
And as you leave, the doll's head goes.
That would have been
I
cool.
didn't see that. I
Follows you
watched.
out.
I watched. just in case.
Barely got an eye on that thing at all because I had no idea it was that small.
Yeah.
They send you through that little pathway if you're a VIP, and do not go there without buying the VIP ticket. It's a waste of time. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so much stuff that we got to do. I mean, everyone in our group was VIP, so
that's good.
We didn't get to see the opposite end of that. But
And it also generates some bad will because the people who were with us that weren't part of that group, what are they seeing? They're not seeing anything. And we are, yeah, we are. You get chased out of the room, the cellar.
Mhm.
But I walked through that little pathway so fast that he was on the end cap, and I go around the corner and there's the exit. Was that him? Was that little? I didn't know. So
Yeah.
that's they need to fix that setup a little bit.
The tour guide told us before we walked in, she's like, I'm going to meet you on the other side. Make sure you're looking around because if you miss it, I'll send you back through so you can see it.
Oh, that's nice. They didn't offer us that.
Yeah. So I almost went like, oh, can I go back through again? Like,
can I go back in and you guys close the doors and let me see?
Yeah. But no, that was about it. That was about the experience. So did anything happen to me? Well, I don't know.
Now, is that the shirt you got with the VIP ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool shirt for being part of a ticket.
Yeah.
That was a big sell point for me. You get access to all these other rooms and a t-shirt.
And if you do the math, if you buy a t-shirt at the end with a general ticket, it's the same price pretty much.
So you recommend people going to this place still?
Yeah. I don't think I need to go maybe in another 10 years or something.
Yeah, see, that's me. I'm thinking 5 years.
But like, with the experience I had last time, it was like, I want to go as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then it took how long to do that. But like this time I'm like, yeah, well, nothing really happened this time. I don't really have any questions. So I'm fine.
Okay, for our listening audience
And viewing audience.
and viewing audience and me.
And Braille audience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially and not to mention the deaf and dumb audience. Yeah. How much does it cost to go through the Haunted Museum, including the VIP ticket? Or
$75 was it?
No, it was 80 something, 85, I think.
Let's find out exactly.
It was 56 for the general. I think it was 85 or 86 for the VIP.
Oh, I think you're right, because I think our tickets ended up being over 100 after taxes.
Yeah. And then the flashlight tour is
Very
like
expensive.
200 or something.
General admission starts at $54, and then the other one's higher than that. So
Yeah.
But
trust me, the general admission is not worth your time. Go for the big one.
I'm thinking probably one of the reasons for the Misty Room that you're talking about, so people can't video inside.
Well, they have you turn off your phones before you go in. So, and then they have.
I think it's just atmosphere. They're trying to. The one thing that they're really good about there is building atmosphere to make you scared.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff's going to challenge anything scary. So he's. But there was times in there that I was genuinely like, "Ooh, this is creepy," because it was, foggy. They had perfume scents.
Mm-hmm.
They had
Well, because they're burning
lighting.
incense the whole time.
You're right. It's
to
incense.
quell the spirits or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, don't dull it. Just let it go crazy. You got all this stuff in here. I don't want to, that's the experience I'm paying for.
And I love when they give you the story about just don't do this. We don't want you taking one of the ghosts home with you. They're gonna leave this nice place. I don't know. It's weird.
I'd be more concerned that the ghost would want to keep me there. Of course, you would like that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. See,
instead of going to the haunted museum, hey, you want to go see John?
Yeah.
No.
You're walking down the hallway, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, wait, what?"
But I'd be walking around like this.
Oh yeah. And then they'd look at you and you go, "Did you see what I could do there?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, and just started being an Irishman.
It's like this kooky ghost is following us around.
Did you see what I could do? Did you do anything else after that, or you just came home from the museum?
Right after that, we went to a little restaurant in Henderson because I heard about it on Instagram 2 years ago, and I thought I need to do this. So I saved it. It is a little pizza restaurant called Twisted Sourdough, and it's got a foot-long mozzarella stick.
Damn! Oh, I saw that on Instagram. I saw that.
Yeah, and I thought I need to go there. Em would like that. Let's do it. So we went from the Haunted Museum straight to there, got our foot-long mozzarella stick. They had this thing that was like a meatball twist, which was sourdough bread twisted in between all these meatballs. So we got that, and then we just drove home.
Did you eat that on the way, or did you eat that there?
Em ate it on the way, and I had a few pieces here and there, and then I finished it when we were filling up on gas and brim.
I mean, I know, apologies to the audience for not being able to see it, but Johnny, look at the size of that thing. And that's a little pornographic.
I can't see it.
Oh, that's right. We got no TV. Yeah. John,
I
Jeff
got
will
it.
show you.
Yeah, it's my wallpaper. I'm thinking about.
That's one of the things that's fun about Vegas. You go there and you find these ridiculous things that you would never see anything else. And this was in Henderson, actually. But,
mozzarella stick.
and it was good?
Oh, yeah. It
Was
was
it?
fantastic. And the meatball thing, oh, it's so good.
Oh, hold on. I got you.
Well,
I
here.
got you set up. There you go.
I got a bunch of lines on there, so it's going to look terrible. But, you know, that's.
So that was in jail.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyhow,
I take it, obviously, you didn't get to go to the Heart Attack Grill.
no.
Oh, that is an experience.
It is an experience. You didn't miss much. And the fact that he's sitting down here today tells you, John, that he did not go to the Heart Attack Grill.
Well, we went. We're here.
Yeah. How many years ago did we go? And how long after you got you're beaten to be able to sit down comfortably?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, that kind of place. Okay. I've heard that story. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't finish your meal, they spank you, and they use ping pong paddles. And
Well, I
vicious.
heard they don't use the wooden ones anymore.
Well, because a piece broke off and injured a kid.
Yeah.
Because they don't mess around. They would come up running at you.
They got goth girls there?
They have what?
Goth girls there?
They do, as a matter of fact.
All right. I'll have to go next
Just
time.
making reservations now. Josh and I were there with John and my brother and our friend Keith. And two things I always remember about that place. One, if you didn't finish your meal, you got spanked. Well, it didn't matter what they put in front of us. Josh and I were going to eat it because there's no way we're going to get spanked in the middle of a restaurant.
Right.
Two of our friends were, I'm not eating it so I can get spanked.
Well, the thing is, Keith was infamous for not eating a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Until that one time we went to Laughlin, he scarfed the McDonald's.
Yeah.
But he looked for what he thought was going to be the smallest portion of anything on the menu. It was not.
There was nothing small on the menu there. And then the other thing is that on the menu they do have salad, but it's just a cigarette. That's their salad. There's a picture of a cigarette you could order.
Oh, and if you order wine,
Uh-huh.
it comes in an IV bag
Oh,
that hangs. You know, it's got
it's a full 750 milliliter. They hang it from the hanger thing.
You
It
just
drips down into your glass, and you just turn on your thing to fill it up. And the best thing about that was that when John wasn't looking, Doug would turn his thing on, so his wine was spilling all over the table. All right.
It was not bad wine. And the females dressed as nurses, The males dress as doctors.
And they make you put on a medical coat when you are like you're a patient.
Okay.
Don't go.
Oh, and if you weigh a certain amount,
250 pounds.
And they've got these industrial type scales.
Mm-hmm.
If you weigh a certain amount,
250 pounds.
Your meal is free.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us got on the scale. I mean, that's how big the scale is. It's as big as this table, if not bigger. And what our combined weight come to? Do you remember?
16,000 something.
It was a lot. But
it's fun to go to one time if you're with the guys. Don't take your wives there. It's not good.
Pretty cool shirts we got.
Yeah, there was.
I don't know where mine is anymore.
I thought it was a cool shirt until I wore it home, and my wife said, "Where the hell did you get that atrocity?"
Yeah, there was a restaurant right outside that twisted sourdough place. It was called Twin Peaks. And I thought, there's a Twin Peaks restaurant. I didn't even know that. She's like, no, it's like Hooters.
Yes.
And I was like,
Let's go.
I was like, I thought I was gonna get a damn good cup of coffee
That
and a cherry pie.
Yeah.
But no.
First thing I thought of too. And then I'm thinking that can't possibly be. And then you walk and look at the menu. Oh, or the uniforms. Oh, no, it's this kind of place.
Yeah.
Well, since you don't have Hooters anymore, you might as well go to Twin Peaks. All right. So the Oscars are being handed out in a couple of weeks. It's the 15th, right? Is that next weekend? That's next weekend.
Yes, next weekend on Sunday.
Yeah, so a week from tomorrow, the Oscars are being handed out. We're going to go through a number of categories here. Does everybody have a pen? I think I forgot to give you pens.
I have a pen.
Got a pen?
I got a cherry pen.
I don't have a pen.
Here's a pen.
Oh, there we go. So we don't do all the categories here, but we do have a little competition. So put your name on your ballot.
Oh.
Now, Jeff was saying that he hadn't seen all the movies that are up for the Oscars. You don't have to see the movies. You just have to go by the buzz. You get the feel of what's going to win. And we'll just leave it at that for now. Do you have a question?
No, I was.
Okay. So we'll start with, let's start with visual effects. So the nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners.
What number is that? Oh, I found it.
19.
Yeah. Any thoughts on any of those? Avatar, I think, is got amazing special effects, but been there, done that. F1.
I thought was great. I mean,
what special effects? What visual effects are we talking about?
Well, visual effects. I mean, they mounted cameras onto real race cars.
That's not a visual effect.
I think visual effects is the
or like CGI type stuff.
Computer junk.
Necessary, yeah, not necessarily, but it probably these on this category.
Probably with some of the accidents, a lot of it were probably visual effects, CGI stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're still going to go with that?
No. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's a great movie. You've seen F1.
Sinners had some great effects.
Yes, it did. That's what I'm going with. I'm choosing Sinners. Jeff?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I'm just going to go with Avatar.
It's a safe bet. Yeah. It is, because
there was definitely a lot more visual effects in that film. I mean, the whole film was visual effects. So,
I mean, even Jurassic, was it World Rebirth? There was some exciting stuff in that too, but yeah, I got to go with Sinners.
I wouldn't say that any of these are bad for the category. They've all earned it. Lost Bus was the fire movie that Matthew McConaughey did. And it was impressive because here's this bus in the middle of this forest fire, and you felt it. It was pretty impressive.
I missed that one.
Call me a liar?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. So everybody pick one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeff, what did you choose?
I chose Avatar. Yeah.
Sinners.
Sinners, and I chose Sinners. Let's move to number 14, original score, just because I love movie scores. We have Begonia. We have Frankenstein. We have Hamnet. We have One Battle After Another. And again, we have Sinners. Thoughts?
I think it'll go to Sinners, but I really enjoyed the score for Frankenstein.
It was a great score.
And One Battle After Another, I don't remember anything about the score, so
which can be a good thing. if a score fits a movie so well that you're unaware of it, that can be a good thing. I am also going with Sinners, though. I think Sinners had a terrific score. And they were smart because the soundtrack is 2 discs. It's one disc is the score and one disc is
the music.
The music, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, on that list, the only 2 that I saw was One Battle After Another and Sinners. Again, I don't remember the soundtrack or the score for One Battle After Another. I really enjoyed the movie, but I'm going to go with Sinners.
Okay. All right. Let's move to number 13. We have Dear Me by Diane Warren. We have Golden by K-Pop Demon Hunters. We have I Lied to You. Oh, it's what they're from. I Lied to You from Sinners. Sweet Dreams of Joy with Viva Verdil, and Train Dreams.
From Train Dreams.
From Train Dreams. What are the odds of that? Anybody here see Train Dreams?
Nope.
Very odd, very gentle, very unique movie. I'm going with, I don't think there's any doubt here. K-Pop Demon Hunters is going to win this.
I mean, as good as the music from Sinners was, I don't hear any kids singing that at the school. So
and
it'd be kind of odd if
the K-Pop Demon Hunters became so did Sinners, but I think that even more so, K-Pop Demon Hunters became a musical phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the soundtrack went to number 1 while the movie was number 1. That's pretty rare. So, Johnny, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with I Lied to You from Sinners simply because it's the only one I remember.
That's a good choice. I mean, again, nothing's bad here. Just you got to pick them. Let's go to number 10. We have the animated feature. We have Arco, Elio, K-Popio. Just kidding. K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2.
Excuse me.
12.
Sounds like
Number
you're
12.
busy.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Must be a foreign language.
Doce. Diez y dos.
The simple two. She no. Okay.
K-Pop Demon Hunters. That's my choice for that.
Yeah, mine too, by the way. Even though I got to tell you, Zootopia sneaking under there. Zootopia, I mean, look at its box office. Look at its, people were so happy to see those characters back.
Ooh.
But I don't think you're going to beat K-Pop.
No. And Disney always wins the animated feature.
Which, didn't they do Zootopia?
Yeah. Well, they also did Elio.
Hmm.
Elio was good, but that got a lot of hate from a lot of people.
I didn't see any of these, so I'm going to default to you guys' judgment.
Cheater.
Yes.
Okay, so we're both choosing Elio.
Okay. No, you're not. You said K-pop.
Almost did it.
Yeah, I almost did.
All right, so number 9, cinematography. Oh man, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, or Train Dreams. This is a tough category.
I really enjoy I loved everything about Frankenstein, but I think the one thing that's going to give it to Sinners for cinematography was just that scene in the middle where they were going around the whole bar.
Incredible, telling the story of music.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that.
I
scene.
think that's going to win it. Cinematography.
I'm going with Sinners as well.
Sinners as well.
Which we just all agree that Sinners is going to win a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we do screenplays? You guys interested in screenplays?
Yeah, why not? We're here.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Adapted screenplay. We have Begonia, we have Frankenstein, we have Hamnet, we have One Battle After Another, and we have Train Dreams.
I'm going Frankenstein.
I'm thinking I didn't see the only one of this list I saw was One Battle After Another, but I've heard so much about Hamnet. I'm thinking about going Hamnet.
Hamnet's a great movie.
And a lot, you've talked about it a lot. Did you see it?
No.
Scotty's talked about it. They're talking about it on the radio. I'm tempted to go with Hamnet.
Did you guys see that Steven Spielberg broke the record for most films produced that went on to be nominated for Best Picture?
No.
Yeah, he's got the most ever. And you know whose record he broke? Steven Spielberg's. That guy might know a little bit about making movies.
Now, this Frankenstein, this is a Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Original screenplay, we've got Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Anybody's thoughts?
I mean, I haven't seen any of these other than Sinners.
I'm choosing Sinners just because a lot of people said that was the only Oscar it was going to win this year. I tend to disagree with that, but they were so certain about that I'm sticking with Sinners.
I'm going to have to go with Sinners again because the list's the only one I saw.
Now, number 6, where it starts to get a little tricky, even though the tide has turned dramatically on this one. Best Director, we have Ryan Coogler for Sinners. We have Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value. Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. And Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. If you ask Steven Spielberg, he would pick Chloe. Of course, he produced that movie. So what would you expect him to say? Anybody? And here's why it gets tricky, by the way, because the money has been on One Battle After Another to win a lot of the things. Right now, that has changed a little bit with Sinners. People in the industry are talking about, I really liked One Battle After Another, but Sinners blew my mind. So it's getting a lot of backwash, which tells me they might split it. It might be Best Director and Best Picture, and it might be split. So who gets Director, who gets Picture?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times if a movie gets Best Picture, that director's not getting nominated or not getting the award.
That sometimes happens.
So
ask Ben Affleck.
Has there ever been in any of these categories multiple winners for the same award?
They have ties. They haven't had a tie in a long time, but they've had ties. Yeah.
Myself, I'm going to go with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, me too. That being said, I won't be surprised at all if Ryan Coogler wins. And if so, that will change we'll get to that shortly. Jeff, what do you think?
I think Sinners is going to get Best Picture probably. So I'm thinking he's not going to get it. I didn't like One Battle After Another, so I'm going to give Director to Chloe Zhao.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be a nice surprise. Number 5, Best Actress Supporting. We have Ella Fanning from Sentimental Value. We have Inga Absdottir Lilius from Sentimental Value. Yes, I said that like I knew how it's pronounced. We have Amy Madigan from Weapons. We have Wumi Masuko from Sinners. And we have Teyana Taylor from One Battle After Another.
Is she the daughter or is she the mom?
She's the mom.
Teyana Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll go.
She's the mom?
Yes.
I thought she was the daughter.
No.
I'll go with Amy Madigan from Weapons. And
that's who I'm going with because I did not know that was Amy Madigan.
Yeah. And she's won all the previous awards. So I think Amy Madigan's probably going to win that too. Plus, she is actively promoting herself.
Mm-hmm.
So important. Mm-hmm. So that would be good. Leading actress, we have Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. We have Rose Byrne from If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. We have Kate Hudson from Song Sung Blue, Renate Riensev from Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia.
I'm going with Kate Hudson.
Oh, yeah. Kate Hudson was very good in that.
Again, I didn't realize that was Kate Hudson. I knew she was in the movie, but I didn't realize that was her.
She was really good. And she did her own singing.
Yeah. When you see her in the very beginning, because she's wearing that black wig. And again, I did not realize that was her.
She's terrific in that. She really is. Jeff?
I haven't seen any of these movies.
Just go by the buzz.
Okay. Emily Stone in Begonia.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm going with Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Supporting actor. And you talk your difficult categories, but this one also has had a recent swing that might change things. Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo for Sinners. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
I'm voting Jacob Elordi.
Frankenstein?
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like he was. I mean, it's hard with Delroy Lindo in there because he was really good in that.
And Sean Penn. I know you didn't like the movie, but Sean Penn was force of nature in that.
Again, I didn't even realize that was Sean Penn until I'm looking at the. I'm going, that was Sean Penn.
That amazes me. I think you need to get glasses.
It could be. Benicio del Toro, I don't think, in my opinion, as great of an actor as he is, as great as he was in that, he wasn't in it all that much.
He was the favorite to win until Delroy Lindo started doing the self-promotion thing. And then Delroy Lindo was the favorite to win, but deservedly so. And now it seems like it's circled back to Sean Penn.
And that's who I'm going with. I'm not that big of a Sean Penn fan. Several of the things I have seen him in, I thought he was really great. The first thing I remember seeing him in was a little movie called Taps, which I thought he was fantastic.
What has he been bad in? Nothing. You just don't like his politics. Let's be honest. Let's put it on the table.
But, well, it's the same thing with De Niro. I won't take anything away from De Niro's acting. I think he's a fantastic, great actor. Like you said, it's just politics.
Yeah, but the thing is weird about it is they're both right and you're wrong. So it gets weird.
But I'm not I'm going with Sean Penn.
All right, leading actor, we have Timothée Chalamet. Love to say that name. For Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent.
That is a tough one.
This one's almost impossible to choose.
Timothée
was the favorite at the beginning. That has swayed away from him rather dramatically. Leonardo DiCaprio won a couple of awards. But that's swayed away from him now. It went to Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, who was the favorite. And now it's all swung back to Michael B. Jordan, who really, he plays two friggin' roles in this on screen at the same time. And you can tell who's who.
I think it's going to be him just due to politics, because Leonardo DiCaprio, they tend to not give awards to people who already won it, because I know Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get one for a long time, and just last year they didn't give it to Ralph Fiennes because they thought he won one for Schindler's List or something.
Yeah,
and so they still have that mentality. I don't think they're going to give it to Leo, and Timothée Chalamet wants it too badly. I read a whole thing that's just kind of like he is going too hard, and like a lot of people are hoping he doesn't get it, because it was a weird thing I read that once an actor gets an Oscar, if they want it too badly, they kind of just hit that top and they just stop trying so hard.
They're not hungry anymore for it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who are Timothée Chalamet shouldn't get it, so he could just keep going. But yeah, I've seen that swing back to Michael B. Jordan for the.
I see a hole in your thinking when you're talking about once they've won it, people are tendency to not. Talk to Meryl Streep. How many times has she been nominated and has won?
Talk to Tom Hanks, who won it a couple of years in a row. But those are the exceptions rather than the rule. We're looking at the rule here.
I mean, even Meryl Streep, I think, didn't she finally say, no, don't put me down for that. I've got it too many times.
That was for the Emmys, I think. She said that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nobody says that for the Oscars.
Oh.
No, I want to be on the Oscar list. So I think I'm going to go with Michael B. Jordan too. I think that from the first time I saw that movie, I think he deserved it. These other performances are all great, but they're just single performances. His is a dual performance, and you're never for a second confused over which character is which.
I mean,
it was tremendous.
Yeah, you have to learn dialogue for two different characters at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with Michael B. Jordan.
All right, now Best Picture. I'm going to ask you guys first what you want to win, and then what you think will win. So the nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, or Train Dreams. Jeff, which of those would you like to see win?
Well, you guys all know what I'd like to see wins. Frankenstein. Everyone's thinking it's going to go to Sinners. F1 was pretty good too, but what's the one that nobody has heard of on this list?
Secret Agent.
Okay, then it's going to the Secret Agent.
It might go to Train Dreams, even though that seems to be far in the background, only because Secret Agent is a foreign language film and Train Dreams is not. So that might be an edge there too.
Did they no longer have the category foreign language film?
It's an international feature now.
Yes.
And it's also up for international feature, which means it might win international feature and not best picture. It could also mean it wins both.
Well, Secret Agent and Sentimental Value are both there. And those are both.
Oh, that's
on
true.
Best
Yeah,
Picture,
that's
so.
Sentimental Value is the only one I haven't seen on that list. So you're thinking Secret Agent? Is that your final
I
answer?
didn't put that down. I put Sinners, but knowing the Oscars, they're going to do something weird like that.
All right, Johnny, what are your thoughts?
Obviously, I'd like to see F1 win. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed that. But
Are you looking forward to the sequel?
if they do one,
F2?
yeah.
No, Brad Pitt's doing a sequel where he's training young kids.
Oh, yeah.
To be, yeah,
I've
it's
heard
called
about that.
FU.
No, well, supposedly, I don't know how true it is, but Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were supposed to do.
There was talk.
There was talk
that's
where
faded
they would
away,
do
too, I think.
a connection with Formula One and NASCAR. Some type of connection with that.
Tom Hanks. Now you got me doing it. Tom Cruise got a wake-up call recently. He went to a studio and said, I need this much money to make a movie. And the studio said, well, we'll give you this much. We're not going to give you that much. And he had to vote with his feet and walked away. That didn't usually happen to Tom Cruise. He just said, here's the check. So, the last Mission Impossible movie broke even, but barely did better than that. And even though there's talk about him doing another Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, I heard
I
about
hope
that.
not.
I don't care if he does it right. If he
I
makes
mean,
it-
well, yeah, no, I agree, but
it's
the
gonna
way
be
they
Tom-
ended
it's gonna be
it.
Tom Cruise teaching Glenn Powell to be the new secret agent.
I think it's going to be between One Battle After Another and Sinners, and that's because I've seen both of those. Now, which one is it probably going to be? I think it'll go to. Oh man, that I don't know.
Jeff's right. There could be a wild card there that takes it all.
I mean, there's so. How many times have you watched the Oscars? It's like, what? What is that movie?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. How did that win Best Picture?
I think I'm going to go with One Battle After Another.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I checked Sinners just because from the first time I saw Sinners, I thought this is the movie to beat this year. And for a while, it looked like it was going to be a smear with nothing but One Battle After Another. But now there's some leeway leaking in here. And it also might be mistaken leeway. And One Battle After Another might still win everything. But I'm going to go with Sinners as well. I think Sinners' biggest fallback is that it's a horror film. And the Academy typically doesn't like horror films. The only film that sneaks in there is Silence of the Lambs. And this one's even much more of a horror film than Silence of the Lambs was. So we'll see. Oh, no. Well, no.
Isn't there another one?
Well, the science fiction was everything
Everywhere,
crazy about everything else, whatever.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
Everything,
everything, everywhere,
all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Which was I love that movie, but that was more science fiction. There wasn't another horror movie, was there?
I thought there was.
Oh, Night of the Giant Lepus. No.
I heard of that one.
Oh, I thought it was them.
Them should have been. I don't think there has been. Well, you know
Oh,
what?
Substance. No, not Substance. Oh, that was up for Oscars.
Oh, what about the one with the water?
Shape of Water?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dark fantasies.
Really? Yeah, that's more of a science fiction if you're going to actually pigeonhole it tight.
Okay. Looking at this list,
The Silence of the Lambs is the only and first horror movie to win the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Okay.
John, this is the point where John says, I don't really consider it a horror movie. And I remind him that it's about a guy who tells somebody else to rip off his own face and feed it to his dogs. Kind of qualifies.
yeah, but with what you've been hearing with the news and all that, it could be not fiction, not fantasy, but everyday stuff. Looking at this list, I don't remember category casting.
That's because that's a new category.
Oh, let's do it.
No.
Okay.
I want to see where it goes. You know, casting is an interesting thing.
Mhm.
And here's what's look at this. Hamnet, you've got two characters that are by far the driving force of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got Jesse Buckley and you got
The other one.
the guy who played Shakespeare. Okay. Marty Supreme, you got Timothée Chalamet. Everybody else is kind of
Background.
They're all part of the cast. I'm not saying that, but they're all, yeah. One battle after another. You got 3 or 4,
Mhm.
maybe big casting things. The rest are still Secret Agent. There's really one, the guy who plays the secret agent. I just watched that this week. Sinners got a bunch.
Yeah.
So best casting is interesting. It's a category they've used forever in the Screen Actors Guild Awards,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to mess with it right now. I want to see where they go with it.
Okay.
I thought that the stuntman Oscar was going to be this year too, but it's not till next
It's
year.
next year. Yeah.
But you know why? Because they didn't want to have to give it to Tom Cruise, and they would have had to give it to Tom Cruise. I mean, it's just a given, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our choice. So we'll see how we did next week. Not next week, but the following week. We'll go over these again. Would you pass your papers forward, please? Make sure your names are on the top. Thank you. So we'll see. I don't know. It's one of those years where it looks, and I always make this mistake every year, and I'm making it again this year. One battle after another is probably going to win everything.
Yeah.
And as much as I like that movie, and I did, I think Sinners is a better picture. I think there's other pictures on there that are better pictures.
Mm-hmm.
F1, I liked F1 a lot, but seriously, that's the same story that Top Gun tells. Just the older guy coming in and they're training, you know, it's stuff we've seen before. But still an amazing movie.
Mhm.
Secret Agent, I'll let you guys know when I figure out what it's about. I watched it. It's in Portuguese, and I'm hoping that it was a language barrier that made me not be able to follow it, because I could tell that it was good. You know, you just have that feeling when you're watching something it looks good and it feels smart, but I couldn't tell you what it was about. It's not about a secret agent. I can tell you that much.
So was it subtitles or dubbed?
Subtitles. Dub.
I'm not a big fan of subtitled movies, but there has been 3 that I thoroughly enjoyed. One was Passion of the Christ. The other one was Apocalypto. Apocalypto.
Yes. I'm seeing a theme here.
And Heroes.
I almost bought that for you. I saw that at the thrift store the other day.
Oh, Jet Li.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie. And I was able to. One thing I don't like about subtitles is you're trying to read and look at the action at the same time. And I myself, I have a problem with that. But those 3 movies, I was able to do it.
Well, I've told you how to avoid that. Don't read the subtitles out loud.
Oh, that's why people were throwing popcorn at me. Shut
We went to
up.
see Rental Family, and I had no idea. I thought it took place in Brooklyn. It took place in Japan, and full 2/3 of that movie was subtitles. And I'm sitting there going, John's going to hate this movie.
Okay. Now I go back. 4 subtitled movies. I forgot about that one.
That's a good one.
And you know, I'm quite surprised that what's his name?
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser was not on Best Actor for this year because he was fantastic.
He was very good in that as well. He played an actor playing roles, which makes it interesting.
Now, did that come out last year or this year?
It was
last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Oh, okay.
Like November or something.
Because I'm quite surprised he was not on that list because he was fantastic in it.
Yeah, that movie was great. I cried during that. I loved it. Subtitles have never bothered me though. You know, I think it was just because like I grew up watching anime.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like I'm used to that. I can just go. I watch Japanese films all the time. I watch, foreign language films all the time, and it's never bothered me. The only time subtitles has ever bothered me, there was a samurai game called Ghost of Tsushima, and they had a mode called Kurosawa mode, which turned the whole game black and white, added the film grain over it, and changed the voice acting to Japanese. I thought, I want to play that. I'm going to do it like that. I could not hit the buttons and read at the same time and figure out what was going on, because you add a third layer of it. And I was like, I'm just going to play this game in English color the whole time, and then I'll go back and play it in Japanese, because then I don't have to know what's going on, because I already know.
Yeah.
But
that's great. What a great idea, the Kurosawa mode. I love that.
And then they had a second game, and then it was, I forgot what they called it, but it was there was a style of music, like the lo-fi music or whatever that they were doing. There's an anime called Samurai Champloo that has that kind of lo-fi kind of hip hop beats, and then they did Kurosawa mode, and then they did that kind of mode where they kind of changed it all to be like that. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's very clever. Yeah. My problem with subtitles, I always prefer the original actor's voice, because I think you get the most out of it. My problem with subtitles is if you're watching like an action movie or something like that, and I read fast, but the subtitles can get away from you. If you're trying to watch the action and read the subtitles at the same time, it does get a little confusing. But I think the subtitles are by far the best way to. I want to hear the original actor do the thing. There was one zombie movie that took place in a mall in Korea, and I can never remember the title of it.
Oh, but Train to Busan?
No, it wasn't Train to Busan. It was zombie horror or some silly title.
Oh, okay.
But it was so funny because the subtitles were like a straightforward telling of the movie, and it was like, so it's kind of action oriented and whatever. The dub thing made it this hysterical comedy. It was, and I'm going, how did they make two movies out of the same thing? It was so good because you'd switch over and listen to the dub version and laugh your head off, and then go back to the action version. It's like, you need to shoot it now before it eats us all. Like, well, he made it funny on the other side. It was just a weird thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I watch a lot of anime and stuff like that. Not recently, but like there's a lot of times where you'll go from the Japanese to the English, and it's just like they are going over the top, and you're like, all right, guys, calm down. Japanese is better, but there are a handful of like animes that you watch that in English, it is way better than the original Japanese sub.
Yeah. It's just weird. Some of them are that way and some of them aren't.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a series that Devin and I were watching recently. Devin, who does the anime show. And I think it might have been Ghost Hunter, Ghost School, or something like that. But it's the same exact thing. If you listen to the dub version, it's a completely different story.
Ghost Stories?
Maybe it's Ghost Stories. Okay. Yeah. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, because
soundtracks.
Because in Japan they dubbed it exactly like the script, but it lost so much money that when they brought it over they just said, yeah, do whatever. So then they just ad-libbed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's there's so many clips. It's so funny. Like, cause the voice actors are just in there. They're just playing around.
Yeah, exactly.
And like that's how that series got so popular. It's just because, these people do not care. They're just having fun in here. You got to watch this.
They're getting paid to have fun.
It's a completely different story too.
It is. And the characters are different. The characters were more fun. I remember looking at the subtitles, and maybe I'm backwards in this, but I think the subtitle said, kill it now. And then if you played back the audio, it was, kill that bitch so we can get to Vegas in time for the buffet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a much better one.
Yeah.
It was fun stuff. All right. So what did you guys see this week? I know that you made a special midnight screening.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched Scream 7 last night at 11:15 p.m.
How busy was it then?
There were 2 people here in front of me and 3 people behind me talking through the whole thing. And then there were 2 people up there at the top. I hate watching horror movies at night. I really do.
Yeah, but it seems like that would be the best time to see them.
Well, but the problem is the audience is bad then.
Yeah.
So
Monday morning, 9 a.m.
Yep.
That's the time to go see a horror movie. Because
Any movie, my book. I mean, that's
yeah, any movie. Absolutely, you're right. It wasn't so bad because the movie was so loud that I couldn't quite hear them, but they were just an ambiance in the background through the whole thing. It was a Scream movie. Same thing. 7th time in a row. They dropped the gimmick
It's funny, I
where
washed my
they
hands
tried
3 times
to
last night while I was
um
doing magic. It was really good last night, by the way.
It's not me.
what is that?
we have a ghost here in the studio. Something's talking.
Okay. Sounds like it's coming from over here.
That's weird. It shouldn't be on a delay though. It wasn't timed in with us.
That's you.
Yeah, it should be. Sorry, we just got. I think the squawk box is acting up.
It's
All
me. I brought a ghost.
That's what it is. All right. So anyway, go ahead.
It's a standard Scream movie.
Okay, but isn't that kind of what you wanted?
I mean, I don't know. When I get the same thing like multiple times in a row, I kind of wish that they would switch it up a little bit. Like last year, Final Destination.
Mm.
Probably the second best in the series because they did so much interesting stuff with that one. This one, I don't know, it just felt like another, like I wasn't mad with it because it's Ghostface running around killing people.
Yeah.
But what got me was them trying to figure out who the killer was, and it got really convoluted. And then when they, like, you know how they say it's always someone you know, and like I think what kind of, it was just the reveal at the end is just like, well,
And he said, and I would have got away with it too as one for you snooping kids.
that would have been better. Just the reveal at the end, I think, was kind of like, what? I don't really get what's going on here. So I feel like I should have watched the other movies.
That was my next question because that's why I haven't gone to see it because I haven't seen the other movies since forever.
Yeah, because I feel like there was some history there, but at the same time, I don't think there was.
Because you have seen them, just been a while too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen all of them, but they kind of just mesh together. And
Yeah.
like the first one and the second one have like a point to it because you're following the horror movie rules. And then the reboot that they did a couple years ago, it's following the horror movie rules. But because the certain horror movie rules like you can't keep doing that. It's not a longevity thing. It's you can get 3 movies out of that pretty much. And
it's like Hallmark rules. You have
Yeah.
the same rules. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like
Not the same
in this movie, they're like, well, we should go to horror movie rules. And then they even make a joke about it. Like, oh, we dropped that last time.
Oh.
Like we don't, that doesn't apply anymore. I don't know. It was fine. You know,
Judging for what you said about how many people were in there when you saw it, not really a whole lot. In general, what is the audience? How many people are going to see this movie?
Oh, it's a big hit.
So then there will be an 8.
Oh, there's going to be an
Yeah.
8 for sure. They made, I think, enough money from the first weekend to generate an 8. So
Yeah.
it's going to keep going.
but the reviews are not good. I've seen that it's like the worst rated of the
Is
series.
it really?
I don't think that's true because I remember some. Well, obviously, I don't remember the bad ones because I can't tell you what 3 and 4 were about, but I don't remember enjoying them.
Yeah, because it says here it's 31%. That's pretty bad.
And I think that has to do with the reveal at the end because there's so much stuff that they're building up to in the beginning of the film that when it gets to the reveal, you're just kind of like, well, I think they could have done a little better with that, but I mean, you get a Scream movie. You got Ghostface running around stabbing people. That's great. I love that.
That's what you're there for.
You know,
yeah.
I'm there for that. The actress who plays, what is her name? Neve Campbell.
Yeah.
Her daughter in the movie, really great actress. Looking forward to seeing her in the next one. But yeah, it was just, standard cheesy horror sequel.
Most of the reviews say that. They say that's just the same thing one more time. And, a lot of times that's what you want. I mean, me and my Jason Statham obsession. I want a Jason Statham movie that follows the Jason Statham rules.
Yeah.
So I get that. And, but I also get the fact that sometimes it's like, okay, here we go again. And it gets dull.
Yeah. I wasn't mad with it. Like I said, I walked out, I was fine. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah. It was another horror movie, but
that was Josh's exact. Yeah, Josh's exact review was he liked it, but it's just a Scream movie.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Are we getting any feedback
from what?
From people.
Any comments?
Yeah, comments.
No, we are not.
Okay.
Rude. Thanks. Sorry. Johnny, what did you see?
Babylon.
Yes.
From 2022.
Now you've seen that too, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a long movie. I really wished I had seen it on the big screen. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
3 hours and 8 minutes.
I thought it had a really fantastic cast.
It did.
And Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Tobey Maguire, who wasn't in it that much, but he was in it. Lucas Haas.
Taylor Swift?
No.
Taylor Swift, yes.
She was in it.
Yeah.
No, that was Amsterdam.
That's what I said. Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And in this case, Amsterdam it. Okay, go ahead.
A host of people that, you see them and go, oh, I know who that is, but you can't remember their names.
People you recognize though, but.
And it's about the early days of motion pictures, starting in the silent film era. And obviously it's all in color. It's how they made movies, how they were making so many movies on a set at the same time.
When I talked about this on the show, I remember one of my favorite scenes was seeing like a dozen different film sets scattered on the hills in Simi Valley. And they got these sets set up and all the dozen cameramen out there, a dozen directors out there, all the actors on them. And they're making these movies at the same time, just far enough away that they don't interfere with each other. And you think, man, that was really a grind then. They were just grinding those puppies out.
And the debauchery.
A little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. And then eventually, as the movies progress into the talkies, it was just a really, really good movie. I don't think it did that well critic-wise. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
I know it didn't do well at the box office.
And I watched it on, I think it was Netflix I watched it on. It was one of the streaming. It was either Netflix, HBO, or Prime.
57% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's not terrible, but it's not good,
So if you like Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, I really recommend this. Margot Robbie was fantastic.
She is very good in that. You should check that one out when you get it. Write it down. No, I'm just kidding. Don't write it down. You don't have to do that. Just
you already said it.
Yeah. It was Amsterdam that had Taylor Swift in it.
Yes.
And of course, spoiler alert, she's dead in the first 5 minutes of the first see her.
I've seen that scene. It's very.
That one got 31% reviews. And I liked it too. Some of these movies that they're, especially when they're that long, people just like, no, I'm not interested in it, So, things I saw this week, we talked about The Secret Agent. I gotta do some reading to figure out what it's about, which is not how a movie's supposed to work, but I want to. And again, I think it was a language barrier that took me away from the storyline. And then I watched an old Bob Hope movie from 1940 called The Ghost Breakers. And it's about Bob Hope plays a radio guy who partners up with this woman who owns a castle. She's just been gifted the castle, inherited it, and it's supposed to be filled with ghosts. And so they go over to find out what's really going on. And it's really a Scooby-Doo kind of storyline. But I want to mention somebody in particular because Bob Hope said this guy was one of the most talented people that he ever worked with. And first of all, let me just say that I always forget how funny Bob Hope was.
Yeah.
That guy just had impeccable comic timing. He was so confident that I don't think I've ever seen such confidence in somebody. He just goes out there and does his thing, and it's just amazing. There's a couple of military shows they've included on the DVD that was fun to watch. But the character that I want to tell you about, the stars were Bob Hope and Paulette Goddard. And
Goddard.
That's what I said. Willie Best is in this movie, and Willie Best is hysterically funny. He and Bob Hope, he plays Bob Hope's servant, let's say. My assistant is not strong enough for words. Servant is what he is. But he is so naturally funny and so naturally connected with Bob Hope that it makes that movie worth watching because they interact together. Now, I will warn you, this is a movie from 1940, so there are some mental health jokes that wouldn't be good today, a lot of racist jokes that wouldn't work today, and a lot of sexist jokes that wouldn't work today. But you got to take it with the ear it's in. I mean, that movie's, think about it, 85, 86 years old now. It blows my mind that we're watching a Bob Hope movie that's 86 years old. But it was well worth it. It was one of the DVDs I found at the thrift store. But watch it for Willie Best. Willie Best just makes me laugh often.
Did you ever see Bob Hope's Paleface and Son of Paleface?
They're next on my list. I have both of those.
Oh, he did a host of movies.
That one starts out racist. You don't even go past the title.
Not to mention the ones he did with Bing Crosby, the road pictures.
It was the road movies that made me realize how funny he was. Because I watched one of those I don't remember, probably Bally. And it's like, God, Bob Hope was just really funny. And I tell this story every time I mention Bob Hope, but it's worth telling. He was, I think, 99 years old. And somebody in Congress got a message during a live event that Bob Hope had died. So they stood up in the middle of Congress and they said, I'm sorry to announce that an American icon has passed. Bob Hope is dead at 99. Well, Bob Hope's assistant was watching TV, or his son or whoever. And he got up and he went into Bob Hope's office and said, Bob, they're saying on TV that you're dead. And Bob Hope looked at him and said, well, they're wrong, aren't they? That's the Bob Hope I want to remember.
Besides his movies, I always enjoyed watching him when he'd show up on Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show.
Again, and with that confidence that he knew he was funny and he didn't pull back at all. So it was good stuff. Jeff, anything else? What are you going to go see this week?
There's a movie coming out this week. It is a horror movie by A24. It is claiming, or a lot of people are claiming, that it's the scariest movie of all time.
Heard that before.
Yeah. Well, it's about these like podcasters that listen to creepy audios, like scary audio or whatever. And then they get a bunch of audio, and then that's the movie. I mean,
sounds terrifying.
We're podcasters that listen to creepy audio all the time.
Hey, wait, what?
And that is the scariest thing we've ever seen. That's true.
So what's the name of this movie?
I don't know. I think it might be Undertone or something.
I don't see that in the list.
Oh, let me see.
We're opening this week. I see Dolly, which is obviously a horror film. Silver Star, Heel, Hoppers, The Bride, Youngblood, Protector, and Dragon.
Hoppers I'm probably going to see today with my daughter.
Oh, that's perfect. Undertone. It's next week.
Undertone is
the 13th. I was on the wrong date.
Oh, hold on. The 12th? Yeah. Okay, so Thursday it comes out.
Yeah.
So I will be seeing it at the 10:25 show.
You know, that
horror sci-fi thriller.
That's weird. Yeah. You're going to go see a movie which is pretty close to what we do here.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty exactly. He explained it.
And then a few years ago, we went and saw a movie called Hangover, which to this day, I still say the first Hangover, somebody copied.
A lot of that stuff
Samus.
Happened. A lot of stuff happened with us.
Because I'm convinced somebody connected to the Samus Batarians had something to do with writing that movie. Because that was us.
Great movie.
Almost everything they did in that movie, with the exceptions of the chicken and kidnapping the guy, that was us. There might have been a tiger in our group. No.
Well, we went and looked at tigers, and we tried to push
Yeah.
Doug into the cage, remember?
Mm.
Brian Tallarico of RogerEbert.com says about Undertone, sounds like marketing to me, but I could be wrong. Some will argue that all the themes of Undertone don't connect, but that's a feature, not a bug. This is a film that doesn't feel the need to explain itself. Nightmares rarely do.
Ooh.
Sounds like marketing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a creepy nightmare.
Of course you did. You just got back from the Haunted Museum.
I had that Monday. I had a creepy nightmare Monday night. And I actually woke up and it didn't make much sense either. Because as nightmares do,
Yeah.
you just got to figure it out. So.
Did it involve Matthew McConaughey?
No, but it involved the museum.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't a nightmare. Maybe it really happened. Maybe you got your few seconds back.
Felt very vivid. I was in that, that hall with all the doors and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was in that room, but there was nothing in there. There was like red curtain lining the wall. And I remember there was a person standing outside of each door. And there was this guy standing right here in front of me. And if this is the room, this table is the room, I was standing right here. And the guy was standing right here in front of me. And he was saying something to me. And it was very cryptic, but it meant something. And then I woke up. I was like, wow, that was a creepy dream. And then I didn't remember what the guy said. So it must have not been that important.
Oh, it could have been very important. You're going to be sorry later.
Well.
Now, we've all had nightmares. I have 3 particular ones that I remember.
I have one. It happens every Saturday at 9 a.m.
Uh-huh.
That was worth it.
No, the first one that I remember is when I was a little kid. I'd seen the movie Frankenstein 1970, which I think came out in the late 50s.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
It is.
Here I'm in my bed. My younger brother hadn't been born yet. It was just me and my older brother. We shared a room. We had bunk beds, and mine was the top bed. I woke up screaming because I had, in my nightmare, these ghosts and goblins and witches and all that were all around. These little things were all around my bed, were flying to take me away. And I woke up screaming about that. That was the first nightmare I remember having. A couple other nightmares I remember having. One involved, I'm in San Francisco. I'm driving a early 70s Chevelle.
I've heard this one.
Yeah. And I'm going on a perfectly paved road, going straight down. And I wake up before I hit the bottom. And I'm living in Texas then. I'm never going to be in San Francisco. I'm never going to have a 70 Chevelle. Bought a 70 Chevelle before we left Texas to move to California, and it was red in my dream. I have been to San Francisco, fortunately, not with that Chevelle. The third one,
this is your nightmare, folks.
The third one I remember having actually involved my younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And my younger brother, in his younger days, he was very active. This is before he met you.
I had nothing to do with that.
I know.
Okay.
And in my nightmare, he had lost his legs, not the use of his legs. He lost his legs.
Left them behind on the bus or something?
Yeah.
Did you find him?
No, never did.
Oh.
And I just remember how traumatized not only he, but me seeing my younger brother who had lost his legs. To me, that was a nightmare.
Well, because he couldn't ride his bike anymore.
He couldn't do
You
it.
take him around everywhere.
Yeah, I have to put him on my back.
Please tell me that's the last dream.
He did.
I said the 3.
I know, but that doesn't mean anything coming from John.
And then there was that one time. What about you, Scotty?
What about me?
Nightmares?
No.
Besides the
I've
Saturday
actually
one?
learned a technique that I swear this is true too. I can make my dreams whatever I want them to be. Something happens scary, I can force it away just by saying, you're not real, go away, or by pulling out a fake dream gun or something and they go away. I actually control my dreams, so they don't bother me.
Okay.
I know it's weird. The only time I had weird dreams was when I was drinking too much beer. And I've got a collection of little beer dream stories. So I'll bring in one day, and you guys will probably never come back into this room again.
I've had a lot of interesting dreams that pertain to things that happen. Ghosty things, hauntings.
Can you tell the future?
No. But I've had dreams that are the same as other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you and your dad shared a dream like that once, right?
About a ghost that was in the house.
Yeah.
Stuff
Ghost.
like
I
that.
don't think that's a dream, dude.
That's a movie, isn't it? Ghost in the House? I think that was a movie.
Ghost house?
No, Ghost in the House.
Oh.
Okay, Ghost House. No.
This has been fun. We'll see you next week. We won't be talking our Oscar winners by then because the Oscars aren't until the day after. But next week, per John, he wants to do a show about Irish movies.
Yes, something that has to do with people who talk with an Irish accent.
Don't do it. Do not do.
Have I? Okay, I did it earlier. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it right now.
That's good.
Are we going to have to talk in Irish accents during the whole show next week?
I might.
No, you won't. If you do, I'm going to turn off your microphone and just dub you in later.
I'll talk really loud. See, I'm trying very hard
Good.
not
The louder
to do
you
it.
talk, the easier it is for me to find your voice.
Hey, I'm trying very hard to not.
You notice I
do
got
it.
my finger on the play outro and leave
Yeah,
button.
yeah.
So, we'll see you
Although earlier I did put it in there and you didn't catch it.
We caught it. We just ignored it.
next- yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's good. All right,
Go-
folks.
go-
See you next week.
As I always say, go to your local theaters. Do it.
They're turning into casinos.
Yes, it's sad but true.
That was a good movie. Casino.
Please subscribe. Please like. It doesn't hurt
Oh,
you, and it helps us. And there's another thing I'm supposed to say. Oh, yeah. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to see it, we don't know why you would, but you can at roughedge.tv.
And you know what else? Go to Amazon.com. Look up R. Scott Bolton books. You'll enjoy.
Hi, I'm R. Scott Bolton. I write books. You should read them. rscottbolton.com.
And they're available on Amazon.com. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you're going to get free delivery. There's a plethora of books written by R. Scott Bolton. My favorite is Dead Dick, about a 1940s private detective, hence the term Dick, who has died, hence the word dead. The latest that's available is Bowling Bag in the Back Seat. Get these books, all 40,000 of them. Okay, there's not 40,000. Maybe 39,999. No, not that many.
No. There's 8.
There's 8. And they run the gambit from science fiction to fantasy to everyday cops and robbers to private detective. Not just the 1940s private detective, but present day. And also, one of the books, which again I really like, Dead Dick, has nuns with machine guns riding the Harley. Get these books. You'll enjoy them. Amazon.com, R. Scott Bolton books. Get them.
rscottbolton.com.
Glen Tavern.
I don't know why we're still in the air.
Are we still here?
Hi.
Ahead?
Yeah, I thought you guys were talking about there was a
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.